What's up, everybody? I'm telling you, opposition will not stop me no matter what. This is my second week doing this. This is our second week as a community on these platforms now. And when I tell you, opposition keeps trying to come, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, babes. Not going to happen. Okay, so I am your host, Baje.co, and this is Next Up.divine. This is our Monday Becomings. Last week, we talked about stepping into our power and finding a balance and duality between our masculine and our feminine. Today, we're going to talk about how to rest while stepping into your power, right? Because a lot of us are constantly on go mode, or sometimes when you're stepping into your power, that's action-oriented, and it causes you to be in a space where you have to keep moving and you keep going. So now that we've stepped into our power, we're going to focus on resting in that power, right? And where does that begin? I actually have a nice list of things I want to touch on today. So I want to talk to you guys about becoming the version of you that trusts rest. Instead of action, we want to get on a mindset where we can start to trust resting, right? So instead of constantly having to move, constantly having to go, or being in survival mode, we want to become a version of us that trusts rest. Like when our body is saying, hey, I'm about to burn out, it's time for us to lay down, it's time for us to relax. I want to get you guys to a point where we recognize when our body is trying to tell us we need to chill. So I'm just gonna share my previous mindset on rest, right? I come from a workaholic family, I would say. Like my mom, for example, is like a go. My mom is a go. She's been working on my life, hustle, bustle. My dad is a hustler. Like my family comes from just going and moving. And I've also seen my mother experience burnout a lot of the times when I was growing up, and I just thought maybe she was tired. But because tired and burnout can look the same, but we know that those are two different things. And I guess growing up, just being in that environment and seeing that all the time, it had me in a mindset where I was going. And I never really learned how to rest. And so my previous mindset on rest was like, you're not doing anything. You know, you need to get up and you need to go do something. You need to get up, get out and do something. And I started to learn that actually put me in a mode of survival. And now this new season that I've stepped in, it's like I'm no longer in survival mode, because I noticed that burnout was leading to everything else being blocked in my life, right? So if I'm stepping into my power and I'm not making sure to rest so that things can truly align for me, I block all my manifestations. I block anything that's trying to come towards me. And that's not where we want to be in life. That's not what I want to exude or give off to people. So I had to learn to trust my body when my body tells me it's time to rest. Another thing my body would do, I like to consider myself a little clairvoyant. And I say that because sometimes I will smell certain things or I will taste certain things. So when my body is reaching burnout, I will start to smell like a virus. I get like this virus smell. And it lets me know like you're about to get sick, because stress is the number one killer, right? When you're reaching burnout, there's a lot of stress in there. There's just so much you're tackling. I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I got to. And you don't take the time to rest. So now your body is working extra hard and it doesn't know how to receive anything. So it doesn't know how to open up a portal for your manifestations to come through. Not being able to receive is actually creating blockages. And I think that what causes that a lot of the time is the social norms that's put on us and what society says we need to do, or how society says that you have to work and you have to hustle. Like it's the American dream to be in America, working a job that a 9-to-5 that pays your bills and can provide a lifestyle for you. That is an American dream, but it's a burnt out dream. It doesn't work, actually. A lot of people are more happy stepping into their passions and doing things like this that make them happy, because a lot of people are not happy at those 9-to-5s, right? Like, I'll call out for my 9-to-5 before I call out for doing this. I would sit at home and do this for free before I'm thrilled to go to my 9-to-5. And I think that that's where a lot of the resting points come from, where our body is like, I'm not happy in this place. This place does not satisfy me. It does not fulfill me, so I'm not resting. So here's my new relationship with rest, right? Because a lot of people think, oh, rest means you just have to relax and take a nap or something. That's not rest. That's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about being in a comfort and safety zone within yourself that your body is truly relaxed. So where I am now, it's like I stopped overextending myself. I stopped showing up for people who didn't show up for me. I stopped overgiving and I stopped overpouring into others. And that's where I had to meet rest where it was, right? Like, that's where I had to meet my body where it was, because I was being consumed by so many other people. They were taking on my energy, and I didn't have any for myself, like basically pouring from an empty cup. I say rest is being able to sit in your own energy and rejuvenate yourself. Like this past Saturday, I was off all night, and for the first time in a long time on a Saturday, I stayed in the house. No matter if I drink or I don't drink when I go out. Sometimes on a Saturday, I will go out. Like, if I'm free, I'm gonna go. This past Saturday, I sat in my house, and when I tell you that was the most empowering decision I made for myself, because I chose to rest. I chose to rejuvenate. I chose to sit in my own energy, be in my own company. Another thing that's empowering about the way that I've chosen to rest now is I date myself, which I've been dating myself for a while, but like I full on date myself. I will go out for 2 or 3 hours by myself and just go be with me. And in those moments of resting, you allow your manifestations to flow. You allow calibrating energy to flow through you. You allow your energy to rejuvenate and get you going for what's coming. But you also allow your downloads to be there. Because when you're sitting with yourself and you're sitting in your own energy, your mind starts to process everything that it can't process with outside noise, right? Or if you're going through something and you're constantly relying on other people to give you insight on that situation, you're never going to get through it on your own. You're never going to understand why you're feeling that way, because your mind is constantly going. You need to stop and sit with yourself. That's resting. Yeah, and in that rest, it actually leads to clarity, right? Like, I would like to say that this Saturday, I rested and I did get some sleep. I'm not going to lie. I slept from 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. Very, very kissy of me. No, I'm joking. But I slept for a while, and I also dreamt that entire night. I'm a dreamer. I'm very intuitive. I'm able to, if I can't see it physically, sometimes I need to see it in a dream. I dreamt that entire night. And throughout that night, I fought off so many different energies. So many different energies. Lustful energies, energy vampires, leeches. I fought off so many energies that night, but when I tell you, I woke up the next day and I felt clear and rejuvenated, because I allowed my body to actually rest, yes, but to also be away from negative influences that could impact me negatively. Because if I'm in a high frequency and someone is here, when we go to mesh, we're gonna meet each other on the same plane. Like, we're gonna end up there, we're gonna end up, I'm going to take some of them, they're going to take some of me. So they may leave out here and I'm going to be down here a little bit. That's just how energy works, because it's not created or destroyed, it's only transferred. So you have to be very careful with the people that you allow in your space, especially when you're in a period of resting, especially when you're in a period of stepping into your power, because that's where we are right now. We're becoming. At Next Up Divine, we are becoming. We are shaping one another. And in that, we are stepping into our power. And in stepping into our power, we are also learning to rest in our power. Sit in our power. Know when our power is telling us there's things around you and external factors that is not going to work for you. So in those moments, I just want to say, resting is an act of power. It's not an act of pausing. People think that, I had to stop for a second. I can't keep going. I can't do this, or I can't. And that's not what rest is. Rest is you allowing your power to flow fully. Because there's action-oriented goals and there's planning-oriented goals, where you just sit and you allow your mind to debrief everything. And planning is a part of resting too, because you're taking the time to sit with the things you need to do so that you can best be in line with yourself. So that was our quick talk for today. I am your host again, Baje.co. This is Next Up Divine. This is our Monday Becomings. These are short videos that will eventually get longer, but of course we have to start somewhere. And this is a community, so if you are here, I don't know how you got here, but welcome to the channel, and I'm glad to have you. Each and every Monday at 9 p.m., this will be the talks that we'll have. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram and Threads as well. Make sure you check out our Thursday Tough Talk Thursdays, which is a blog post that is always available to you all. Until next time, may your reality come true. Bye.